fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at Deluxe Class Elita-1 from the Transformers Netflix War for Cybertron trilogy line. This line is exclusive to Walmart's, and it just says Netflix literally all over. It almost makes it look Netflix, a Netflix original series. They're making a Netflix series about Netflix. No, I'm just kidding. So she first showed up in the Siege Netflix series, and Earthrise is coming at the end of this month, and then obviously Kingdom will follow. Now, I believe this is the only, or I should say the last, of the new characters that got figures in this wave. We had Earthrise Soundwave, Earthrise Bumblebee, and now Elita-1. I guess I would call her Siege Elita-1. Spoilers, she never leaves Cybertron. So, I guess I would lump her more into the Siege than the Earthrise. But then again, they don't go to Earth and Earthrise anyway, so I'm getting ahead of myself. Packaging, pretty standard for the Netflix line. It is just RC, Earthrise RC all over again. Somehow Hasbro's tricked me into having 3 versions of this mold, even though I really don't care for it at all. But Elita-1 looked good. It's probably going to be my favorite use of the mold, so hopefully it at least has that going for it. But yeah, nice artwork of her on the side over here. Not too much going on the top or bottom. You have that black and white kind of mural picture here on the side. Yeah, let's just go ahead. Let's get her out of the box and let's see what we're dealing with here. So here she is out of the packaging, and for the most part she looks good. Nice paint applications, head sculpt looks good, really nice bright blue eyes, Autobot symbols looks good. And I mean, to be fair, RC didn't look bad in robot mode either. It was just the transformation and the giant backpack. She has the giant backpack as well, but you can take it off, so you're going to just go ahead and unpeg this first from the back, and at least this one pegs in, unlike the Paradron Medic. And then we will go ahead and pop that off, and then we can just go ahead and put that off to the side. And then she has a much smaller, more manageable backpack, and it doesn't look too bad. And again, I equate this to just kind of like a nice action figure. There's really not too much going on transformation wise, but the action figure looks good. You can just take the bulk of the backpack off and then, you know, just use it as an Elita-1 action figure. All the same articulation as RC, so you have the head can go from side to side, and it is on a ball joint, so you can go up and down as well. You have a swivel here in the shoulder, hinge in the shoulder, bicep swivel, a little over 90 degrees in the elbow. You have a little bit of wrist movement. It's mostly just because like to tuck it in for the transformation, but it can move. You have a waist swivel there. You have kick this much to the front, kick that much to the side, kick a little bit to the back, but not too much. She does have a thigh swivel there with this kind of like high up thigh piece, which is kind of what hinders the out to the side articulation. She does have kind of a second hinge in the middle of the thigh there. That's really for the transformation. She's got kind of a double jointed knee, as you can see. And then you have a hinge in the ankle, and you should have a little bit of tilt as well. Yeah, there we go. So again, all the same articulation as RC. Also comes with the translucent gun. I don't know why this mold always has to come with a translucent gun. A little weird in my opinion. But if you're just looking for a decent Elita-1 action figure, I think this looks okay. As long as you can take off the bulk of the backpack and just have her, you know, like this, I think she looks good. In my opinion, she looks better than the Power of the Primes one that we got, because that was kind of a bulky mess. So, again, as just an Elita-1 action figure, this is okay. But now we have to get into the transformation. So to begin, I've gone ahead and removed the gun, and I've clipped the giant backpack piece back on. So you're going to go ahead and unpeg this, and then bring this down. You can kind of rotate this around. All these little panels will flip out. Looks like we have both the back wheels, so that's a good start. I'm going to kind of rock this away from the body. I believe they want you to turn the head around, but honestly it doesn't matter. But I guess it'll hide the head a little bit. You can flip out all these panels as well. So flip that panel out, flip this panel out, if I can get it to flip out. There's probably a slightly easier way to do this, and I'm just not remembering, but... Alright, we have all 4 wheels. We're already ahead of the game. Then we'll go ahead and flip this piece out. Alright, at this point, you're going to try and just bring the arms close to the body and the legs as well. I guess we'll flip the feet straight back like that. Alright, so what we're going to want to do, she should have a giant hole in her back, and that's for this piece to lock into. So this is going to kind of come down and hinge underneath that. Come on now. There we go. Oh, I forgot that there are little panels here that need to flip out. So you flip these panels out from inside. I mean, she just the poster child for shell forming. Literally the entire alt mode is just here on her back, and we've not really done anything. At this point, you want to make sure the arms are kind of tucked in, and we need to rock this back so that that giant pull, and if you can see it right there, needs to fit into the hole on her back, which hopefully we can do without too much effort. Although this is the part that I always kind of struggle on. I don't really understand why, but it can be kind of a pain to get that to line up and get this to drop in. I don't know if I'm too far past it or if I'm not. I think I need to pull this back. There we go. You can definitely hear it click in when it does, and plus you can tell that the body is now all the way as far back as it can go. At this point, all you kind of do is tuck the hands down. Nothing really too exciting going on there. You can spin these legs at the second thigh swivel, like so. And then you just kind of tuck these in and really just tuck them in as best you can. They don't peg into anything. They don't go anywhere specific. You just kind of tuck them in as best you can. And that's it. That's pretty much it for the alt mode. So, as I've stated many times previously, I'm not a huge fan of this alt mode. It does feel pretty lazy to me. It is the, like I said, poster child for shell forming. The entire alt mode just, rests on her back, and then you just try to mash the arms and legs underneath as best you can. I just think it's kind of lazy. I get it, like I said, because of the thin nature of the arms and legs. There's really no way to put car parts on them, so you kind of just have to tuck them under and have everything else reside in a backpack. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of this mold and the character of RC. Because they make their body so slender, there's no way to incorporate parts that can transform into parts of a car, if that makes any sense. But for some reason, it works a little better for Elita-1, and I don't really understand why. I don't know if this mold just looks better in this deep red, or for whatever reason, I got a decent figure that actually transformed fairly nice, and the pieces are holding together. It doesn't feel as cumbersome. You can also store the gun underneath by pegging it in here. So you can do that, even though it really just kind of looks like it's hanging out there. Maybe that's why they made it clear. I don't know. For some reason, it just feels like maybe I got a better QC figure at this point. I feel like this is the best QC version of this mold I've gotten. RC was in the middle, and Lifeline, the Paradron Medic, was at the bottom. I had so many problems with it. I couldn't get that figure to line up. I couldn't get the panels to stay in place. I was missing a wheel. So that was the worst QC issue of that mold. And this might be the best QC version. I don't know. It seems to work a little better for Elita-1. I don't really understand it. Like I said, maybe it's the color scheme. Maybe I just got a coherent figure. But it's okay. It's not great. I'm still not a huge fan of this. Even the alt mode is kind of meh when you think about it. Because it hides the wheels so much, it just kind of looks like a red brick. Yeah, it is what it is. So I'm not sure why, but I feel like this mold works a little better as Elita-1. I can't really explain it. It just seems to work a little better in my opinion. Now, as an action figure in robot mode, she's fine. And I've said the same thing about RC, Lifeline. If you just want action figures of these characters and you don't really care about them transforming, they're perfectly fine. They look good, nice paint applications, decent articulation, you know, a manageable size backpack once you can take the other piece off, so they're fine. When it gets to transforming them, I don't think the transformation is very good. Even if you have to do a shell former, you can have things peg in, you can have things go certain places and be more cohesive, and they didn't even really bother with that. They just built the shell and then said, tuck everything under as best you can, we don't even care. So it feels very phoned in and very lazy. And they've done RC figures in the past. I thought the Thrilling 30 RC was actually pretty decent. The legs actually like flipped around and became the back part of the car. And so there was a little bit of a backpack, but they made it work. And this one just feels very phoned in. But like I said, for whatever reason, I feel like as Elita-1, it works a little better. Even though the transformation is still exactly the same, the alt mode, I don't know if it just looks better in the deep red color, or if this is just a little bit more cohesive figure because I got one with really nice QC this time. I'm not really sure, but I like this one a little bit more. But again, I'm most likely just going to leave her in robot mode on my shelf and probably never bother transforming her again because this thing is still a joke. This giant shell piece that I just kind of take off and throw somewhere and never look at again. So if you want a nice female Autobot action figure, sure, go ahead and pick this up. If you want a good Transformer, then no, I would pick something else. There's so many other figures in the line that we have good Transformers. This is just a good robotic action figure. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.